guys, I hope this is not annoying. Anyway, welcome back to another video where today, this one is one that we haven't done in a long time. Story time! Yes, story time. I like story times, they're fun. But this one's special because it's going to be represented in Minecraft. That's right, boys, Minecraft. Now, this story is a bit weird, alright? It is a bit weird. Involves Egypt, a safari ride, and fake gorillas. So this one is a bit interesting, alright? So it all starts out where one day we are on a safari ride with my family, alright? I don't know where they decide when they decided to go, and it was random, alright? It was completely random, and that was like what, 7, 8. So I wouldn't really know anything. So I went with my family. So my sister, my mom, my dad, we all went, alright? And we went on an awesome safari ride. It was through the desert, alright? And we need to get from point A to point B. But before we do that, this is the cart. Now this is way bigger than the original one that, you know, I remember. But and it could only fit 2 people. So yeah, we would go around 60 miles per hour, so it was fast. And you know, sand would sometimes like get in our face. And I remember it was pretty annoying, but we had a lot of fun. We also took pictures. It was cool, like halfway through the ride. And you know, it was through the desert and it was cool. So we got to point B, and apparently we were watching this show. I remember it like it involved some fire. It wasn't blue fire, but it did involve some fire. But we were watching whatever the show was, okay? And apparently, okay, we were watching the show, and part of the show was like fake, like people in gorilla costumes, all right? And they would go around, you know, and make like funny faces in front of children. You know, they would kind of dance like this, you know. But at the time, I was like sitting over here, and I was like, "Mom," Mom was right next to me. "Mom, are those gorillas going to, you know, destroy my life and you know, just eliminate me, and am I going to die?" And obviously I didn't say that, but like I was like, "Hey Mom, are those gorillas like gonna come around?" And he said, "Probably, yeah, they're probably gonna come around." And I was like, "Oh crap!" And I was like super afraid of them. I didn't know what gorillas were. I only knew what monkeys looked like. I never knew what gorillas looked like. So I thought this was some kind of like Godzilla monster coming to eat all the children. So I was like, "God damn it, I'm gonna die at such a young age," you know? So I'm like, okay, hopefully they don't come around the full way. Or maybe they do come around, but they just don't see me. They just don't see me, right? So, you know, I was like, okay, it's fine. Just watch the show, and, you know, you'll be fine, right? So I really got into whatever the show was, you know. It was pretty cool. I just zoned out, you know. And then the gorilla, eventually, like, it was like this big, and the gorilla, I didn't see him there. You know, most kids, they would be like, "Oh, look, a gorilla, that's cool," and he's like dancing in front of me. But I was zoned out. I was like watching the show. So the gorilla had to get my attention, right? So he tickled my ear, alright? He tickled my ear, and I was like, what the frick? And then I look behind me, and I see this giant monster tickling my ear. And I'm like, oh crap, he probably tickled my ear because he wants to, you know, like freaking eat me or something. So it was turning to night, okay? And basically yeah, so it was turning night, okay, and yeah, it was kind of like this actually. It was a little like this, and it was turning to the night, but it was like probably like 7 p.m. or maybe 8 p.m., even maybe 12 p.m. Okay, I mean 12 a.m. I don't even remember what time it was, but it was late and it was dark. All right. So of course, once the gorilla, tickled my ear, which I thought was the gorilla attacking, I started crying. I started crying like heck. I cried and cried, and my mom was like, "Oh crap, my child is crying. Why?" And then she looks behind her and is like, "Oh, it's the gorilla. That's why he's crying." So she takes me, okay, and we run through here. At the time, it was like the host, or maybe like someone, my dad's friend, but he was like with us, and they took me out. They pulled me over here, and they were like, it's fine, don't worry, it's not a real gorilla." And then they were they were like, "Oh, don't worry, we're gonna bring the gorilla over here. He's gonna unmask himself to see that he's just a human being just like us." And I was like, the only part I could focus on was like, they're gonna bring the gorilla over here? Oh no, I am out. But I didn't actually run. So I was like, oh crap, they're gonna bring the gorilla over here. So I kept crying even more. Like, I just kept on crying and crying and crying. So, it was all a blur after that, honestly. But one thing I do remember, they did bring the gorilla, but I was like way too afraid to look at it. So I was like, nah, we can't do this. And we had to go home. We legit had to go home. The only light source was the cart. It was the only light source. Alright, so we were going through the night. Okay. I was freaking, my tears were drying up, so I had no more tears of terror. Alright. And then we eventually made it from point B to point A. And we made it back. I don't remember if we were staying at a hotel or what, but that was probably the most embarrassing / scary moment of my life. Alright? Scariest moment of my life. And the one thing I do have to say about the story, it is a very short one, because I don't remember more details. It was all kind of a blur. I mean, you try remembering something that's like, what, 6 years ago, 5 years ago. Just try remembering something like that. But I also, now that I'm grown up and now that I understand the world better, I feel so embarrassed, not only for me, because I legit made my entire family let go of a great show and go home. Not only because of that, I also feel embarrassed for the guy. Like, I feel bad and embarrassed for the guy. Like, I embarrassed the guy so bad, and I feel so bad for the guy. Like, who knows what happened to him? Maybe like, what if like the person that hired him to play the gorilla was fired because he scared a child? What if he was fired? I would feel horrible for him. What if he felt bad for the rest of his life that he scared a child instead of entertained one? What if he legit has depression? Like, that's like sad. I feel bad for this guy. So yeah, that was a very short story, but it was a weird one, and I definitely feel bad for this guy. If you are somehow, some way watching this, alright, I am so sorry, alright? I'm so sorry for embarrassing you. I did not mean to do that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a very awkward story time, but yeah. I'll see you guys later, and goodbye. Don't let gorillas scare you.